All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are taking a trip to the absolute edge of reality to get up close and personal with one of the universe's most mind-bending and extreme objects, the black hole. So, let's start our journey. So, this is really the big question, isn't it? We're going to try and peel back the layers of space and time itself to figure out what happens when you get just a little too close to one of these cosmic monsters. And let me tell you, it's a journey that's going to challenge pretty much everything you think you know about physics. Okay, first things first, let's get the basic definition down. A black hole isn't really a hole in the way you might think. It's actually a huge amount of matter that's been squeezed into an unbelievably tiny space. This creates a gravitational field so powerful, so intense, that it becomes a one-way street for everything. And I mean everything, including light itself. But where in the universe do these things even come from? Well, in this first part, we're going to witness the birth of a black hole, and let me tell you, it's about as violent as it gets. I want you to picture a gigantic star, way, way bigger than our own sun, and it's reached the end of its life. It's run out of fuel. There's nothing left to fight against the crushing force of its own gravity. So the star just collapses in on itself, catastrophically, squeezing its very core down to an infinitely dense point. And in that one spectacular moment, a black hole is born. So we've got our black hole. Now let's imagine we're in a spaceship, flying towards it. We're getting closer and closer to a boundary that's famous in both science and science fiction. We're talking about the point of no return. And that boundary has a name, the event horizon. Now, this isn't some physical surface you can knock on or touch. Think of it more like a one-way door in space-time. The second you cross it, there is no turning back. For anyone watching from the outside, it is literally the edge of the observable universe. And when we say impossible, we mean impossible. This isn't a situation where you just need a more powerful engine. The gravity here is so powerful that to get out, you'd have to travel faster than the speed of light. And, well, according to everything we know about physics, that's just not going to happen. And this is where things get really, really weird. As you get closer to that event horizon, the extreme gravity literally starts to warp the fabric of time. So if someone was watching you from a safe distance, you'd look like you were moving in slow motion, eventually seeming to freeze right at the edge. But for you, time would feel completely normal as you just drift across that line. So what would actually happen to a person, or any object for that matter, as they cross that invisible line? Well, the process is frankly as bizarre as it is terrifying. Scientists have a pretty great, if not a little grim, name for what happens next: spaghettification. And yeah, it is exactly what it sounds like. You'd be stretched into a long, thin strand of atoms, just like spaghetti. Okay, so here's how that works. Imagine you're falling in feet first. The gravitational pull on your feet is going to be way, way stronger than the pull on your head, even though it's only a few feet away. That massive difference in gravity, known as a tidal force, pulls you apart. It stretches you vertically while at the same time squeezing you horizontally until you're nothing but a thin stream of particles flowing into the black hole. Okay, let's just imagine that our stream of particles has now crossed the event horizon. We're officially inside the black hole. So where do we go from here? The chilling answer is there's only one direction left. The moment you're inside, all the rules change. Space and time get so warped that they basically swap jobs. The future is no longer a when, it's a where. And that where is the center. Every single possible path, any direction you could even think of moving, now leads inevitably to the core. And this is where everything that has ever fallen into the black hole ends up, the singularity. We're talking about a single point of basically infinite density where an entire star, or maybe even millions of stars, has been crushed down into a space smaller than a single atom. And this, right here, is where our science just hits a wall. The conditions at the singularity are so extreme that our two greatest theories for describing the universe, Einstein's theory of general relativity and quantum mechanics, they just break. They stop working. They can't describe what's happening anymore. Which brings us to our final and maybe most important section. After everything we've figured out, why do black holes still represent one of the absolute biggest mysteries in all of science? Well, the answer takes us right back to the event horizon. You see, since nothing can escape from inside, not light, not a radio signal, nothing, we're completely cut off from any information about what's going on in there. We can't see the singularity, we can't run tests. It's a part of the universe that's been permanently sealed off from us. And because of that, what's really happening at the heart of a black hole remains one of the most profound and unsolved questions we've ever faced. It's the point where our understanding of reality simply ends and pure mystery begins. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. If our laws of physics completely fall apart in there, then what takes their place? Finding the answer to that might require a whole new kind of physics, a theory of everything. And that's why these bizarre dark objects in space will continue to fascinate and challenge us. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.